Thank you very much. Oh, please. This is embarrassing. Oh. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I was just going to come out here and give Johnny a good dig. I was going to say, Johnny, I didn't send you out here because you do nothing. You do less than nothing. But I won't say it. But thank you for those kind words, Johnny. It's been great working with you and your brother and Tom. We've had quite a run at this thing. We're still going. Long way to go. But yeah, as you all know, I'm sure I love the company and I just love being here and just want to keep going. Just keep going. So, you know, I mean, we've done a lot of great things, but I came out here, I wanted to just tell you, I wanted to fess up that I made a mistake a long time ago, and I want to right it today. 26 years ago, I was out making calls, and I ran into a small advertising firm that needed furniture. And I met the principal of the firm, and he said to me that the furniture he'd like to have were director's chairs. And I'd never sold a director's chair. I mean, I knew what they looked like, but we didn't have any access to director's chairs, whatever. So I tried to convince him that he didn't need director's chairs. And I quickly learned that this wasn't going to be the way it was with this customer. At any rate, we went back and forth, and I convinced him to at least take a couple of loaner chairs till we could figure out where these other chairs were. And then we sat down, and for some reason, we started talking about advertising. And before you knew it, we were talking about having him come to Mason's and talk to us about advertising for his new firm. And so we did. So the bottom line is that I told this whole story to somebody the other day, and they said, geez, that's a great story. So that's how you met Paul Stone? I said, yeah. And he said to me, did he ever get the chairs? I said, no, he never got the chairs. So I'm going to rectify that right now. Paul, come on up on stage. Come over here. How are you? Good to see you. Check these out. Huh? We always deliver. We're a little late. Have a seat.
Okay.
Let's just see what's going to happen here.
I have no idea.
Nor do I.
Each year, we take a moment to recognize an individual who, although not working at the company, has made a contribution so outstanding that it deserves a shout-out, so to speak, before this audience. In past years, we have thanked Paul Flynn for arranging the financing the company for decades, Deborah Faxter for her advice, legal counsel, and her guiding hundreds of people here with their non-compete contracts. No comment. And David Orloff, who was our accountant and an advisor to our family for nearly 40 years. But today we recognize another very, very special person, one who has made a mark on this company in a way that will be hard to top, ever. I say this because from the mind of this person came an idea that changed the company so dramatically that, well, we have never been the same and will never be the same again. What was that idea? Let me show you. Do you recognize this? Some will remember this. And then when both were put on these, and these, that led to these. Who would ever be able to proudly frame newspaper ads? Oh yeah, who but W.B. Mason? Then came these covers, and the brand gets stronger. So these were used. High-end, low-priced furniture, smart business choice. Now, who in here hasn't heard of this and seen these? Which led to our declaring war. Our favorite billboard. And what about these sayings? Who are those wonderful people? Low, but maybe not low enough. I'm here to save you money. Remember this little gem? The '97 Super Bowl ad.
For years, one company has battled the office superstores, selling office supplies and furniture for the absolute lowest prices. Now, W.B. Mason faces its biggest challenge, rescuing Boston from high-price office furniture dealers. Yes, W.B. Mason is coming to Boston. So if you need office furniture that lights up your eyes but won't blow up your budget, visit their new Boston showroom.
Daddy, who are those wonderful people?
Who but W.B. Mason?
That was a wonderful moment in Mason history, probably one of my favorites. And I'll have, I think, the fondest memories of Paul when I think of that, because it was our first commercial, and we didn't know what the hell we were doing. It was black and white. We'd never done this before. And on a cold December day, Paul, the director, the genius, assembled everyone in Boston, and a lot of the Mason's family, children's wives, and kids participated in the commercial. And it was just special. And the Patriots had a great year they went to the Super Bowl, I believe, that year. That was magic, and that was Paul's really first big commercial for us. Anyway, moving on. Have you ever heard the daily reference to a place that doesn't even exist? We have. Masonville. Or an organization that changed an industry.
From the files of W.B. Mason's low-price assurance detectives.
The name's Mason, W.B. Mason.
My partner and I were working the city, looking for businesses getting soaked by the super office stores. This one had all the signs.
Excuse me, ma'am. We're here to save you money.
We're low-price assurance detectives.
Ooh.
Mind if I ask where you buy office supplies?
From a superstore, of course.
Mind if I ask why?
They have low prices, don't they?
Sure, low.
But maybe not low enough.
What do you think, Chief?
We have no choice. Booker.
Just check out these prices, ma'am.
You might say she liked the prices in my new office supply catalog. Want to save money on office supplies? Call 1-888-WB Mason to get my new catalog.
Go ahead, get yourself booked.
Who but W.B. Mason?
That's fabulous. It really is. Well, these and so many more advertising ideas were all developed by Paul Stephen Stone, most of which were created through his own advertising agency, Baldwin & Stone. Paul became an employee of W.B. Mason as the creative director in 2003. And today, you will say goodbye to Paul after being our advertising and marketing guy for 26 years, for he will retire from WB at the end of the year. His ideas have helped us go from a truly local dealer of 10 million to the empire we have today, with over 1 billion in sales. Most of us really enjoy going to a big league ball game, but imagine what it must be like for Paul to sit with a crowd of 40,000 or so who are all looking at something you conceived of some 25 years ago and has grown into this well-known icon. Yes, it must be unbelievable to watch a game at Yankee Stadium or Fenway Park as a guy from the Bronx, transplanted to Cambridge, who just wanted to be involved in advertising and who just happened to get involved with W.B. Mason. Paul, you must be proud knowing that your advertising ideas have transformed a virtually unknown company to superstardom, and you will be reminded of that every game you watch, something most advertising people can only dream about. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything that you have done for us and for you sharing your genius in advertising with us. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in a warm round of applause for who? Who but Paul Stephen Stone.
Do I get to say a word?
Thank you. Tremendous. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. As Jerry Garcia said, what a long, strange trip this has been. When I first connected with W.B. Mason, they were 10 to 12 million in sales. We were 10 to 12 million in sales. And as has been said many, many times, the sky was always going to be the limit. And God only knows where this company is going, but its seatbelts aren't strapped on yet. And I envy all you folks that are going to be taking that ride, because you don't know it. Some of you don't know it. You've been only at Mason and you haven't seen other companies, but this company is so special. You've entered into an arrangement with one of the best employers you could possibly be working for, and I congratulate you. It took me a while before I realized that Mason was a place for me to work at. I've always worked with Mason, and I don't think I could have found a company that would have been as open to an idea as Who But. Mason was just very unique in that way. They saw possibilities where other clients would never have seen them. So one of the things that's happened for me, and it'll probably happen for you, is that Mason has always forced me to go outside my comfort zone. Leo is particularly good at that. He would sometimes give me a mission, and I would sort of sit back and I'd say, really? But we'd end up doing it. The low-price assurance detectives resulted from a phone call from Leo saying, I don't know what it means, but I've just been doing calls here in New York for a day, and every time I come into an office with another Mason salesman, they think we're the immigration service. And out of that grew the LPAD making their calls and presenting their badges. And it's just been an incredible, incredible ride. So I want to thank the partners who have made this all possible, Johnny, Leo, Steve, and Tom, and especially for Leo, who's been just an incredible creative collaborator, colleague, cheerleader, and supporter. You don't get to do the best work of your career unless you work for somebody like Leo. So thank you very much.